like, hi, Dobe. I've been riding in a taxi cab. Man, that's living. Make way for old Maynard G. Krebs riding in a taxi cab.
What happened? You hurt your foot or something?
Oh, nothing like that, Dobe. It's just all my life, ever since I've been an itty-bitty baby, I wanted to ride in a taxi cab. When I finally got rich, that's what I done.
You got rich?
Just sitting back there and everybody looking in and saying, well, what do you know? Old Maynard G. Krebs riding in a taxi cab.
Maynard, how?
Oh, it's easy, Dobe. All you gotta do is go, cab, and you get in, you shut the door.
No, Maynard. How'd you get rich?
Well, it's like easy, Dobe. All you need is lots of money.
Yeah, I know, Maynard. But where'd you get the money?
What money?
The money to go goofing around in a taxi cab.
Oh, a squirrel gave it to me. Come on, Dobie.
Yeah. A squirrel gave it to you? My friend Maynard G. Krebs has come up with quite a few Lulus in his day. But you've got to admit that the story about the squirrel's pretty much of a super Lulu, even for Maynard. If you didn't know Maynard, you'd say that he was stretching the truth, but that's not exactly so. By now, he's probably got himself half convinced that he really did get some money from a squirrel. The thing to remember about Maynard is that he lives in a little far-off world of his own.
The bunny farm?
Yep, that's where they're going to send you if you tell anybody else a story about the squirrel.
But it's like true, Dobe.
Maynard, enough. You know and I know that the squirrel is all fantasy.
Not this squirrel, Dobe. This squirrel is all heart and a very generous squirrel, and he'll give you $41.37.
$41.37. Rather odd, isn't it?
What's so rather odd about it? I mean, I'm all the time giving him stuff like old peanuts and candy, and if he should have some old money lying around, why shouldn't he give it to me?
Look, Maynard, a squirrel doesn't just walk up to you and give you $41.37.
Like true. He didn't walk, he like hippity-hop. You know, like... Hi, Mr. Parker, sir.
Class will be seated. And you, Mr. Krebs, will hippity-hop back to your seat like a good bunny rabbit.
Oh, not a bunny rabbit, Mr. Pomfret, sir, a squirrel. I was just telling Doe about the squirrel.
Enough, Mr. Krebs. And a word to the wise. Steer clear of squirrels.
Hey, Doe, what do you think Mr. Pomfret meant by saying steer clear?
Mr. Krebs!
Present.
May I remind you that yesterday, for whispering in class, I imposed a punishment on you not usually given beyond grammar school?
Go right ahead.
Go right ahead and what?
Go right ahead and remind me.
I just want you to realize, Mr. Krebs, that it is very seldom a junior college student is kept after class to clap erasers. Now, where was I?
Like back there by your desk.
Mr. Krebs.
Like don't mention it.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry I'm late. And I'm afraid class is going to be very short today. The fact is that I'm in a foul mood because I didn't have any breakfast. And the reason I didn't have any breakfast is that the gas company has turned off my gas. Also, the electric company has turned off my electricity, and the water company has turned off my water. These calamities have befallen me for the simple reason that I failed to pay my bills.
I don't care if you flunk me for saying it, Mr. Pomfret, but you teachers deserve an increase in wages.
And more pay, too.
Thank you, but you mistake my meaning. It wasn't that I didn't have the money. My wife gave it to me yesterday morning. And I put it right here in the top left-hand drawer of my desk. Unfortunately, I forgot it when I left school, and when I returned for it an hour later, it was gone.
You mean somebody took it?
All $41.37.
$41.37?
Exactly. Students, and I use the term loosely, of course, I have devoted many long and tedious hours trying to educate you. Believe me, it's been an uphill battle. However, I don't expect anyone to build me a statue for it. In fact, I don't even expect a simple thank you. But stealing money out of my desk, this I really don't have coming. I'm pained and deeply disappointed. Frankly, I just don't know what else to say, so class is dismissed for today. Now, the homework assignment, as you may remember, is to read 20 pages in your textbook for tomorrow. Let's make that 60 pages instead. And no excuses will be accepted.
Like, wow, the gas company turned off the gas. I mean, that's like tough. You couldn't even kill yourself if you wanted to.
Maynard, I think we ought to have a little talk.
Just a minute, Dobe. I'm trying to figure out who the dirty rat was that swung Mr. Pomfret's gold.
Why don't we figure it out together?
You mean like be detectives?
That's right.
Oh, Dobe, that's a swinging idea. I'll go home and get my magnifying glass and my Sherlock Holmes hat.
I don't think that'll be necessary, Maynard. Somehow I feel that the man we're looking for has been less than diabolically clever.
Oh, yeah, Dobe. They always make that one fatal mistake, huh?
The one we're after just set a new world's record. For instance, there's the amount of money taken, $41.37. Ring any kind of a bell?
Oh, yeah, Dobe. I'm way ahead of you. All we gotta do is search everybody on campus, and when we find the $41.37, we got him.
You're forgetting motive and opportunity.
I am?
Whoever took the money would have needed two things, motive and opportunity.
Oh, yeah, now we're getting there. Whoever took the money would need two things, motive and opportunity. Sounds just like Perry Mason. What does it mean?
Well, motive would mean a reason to take the money, like an overpowering urge to do something expensive.
Like riding a taxi cab or like that.
Like that. And as far as opportunity goes...
Yeah, tell me about that, though.
Well, Maynard, anyone who was kept after school would have had a perfect... Maynard.
What's the trouble, Dobe?
Maynard, don't you feel the web closing in on you?
Web?
Maynard. You know what you told me this morning about getting rich?
Yeah?
Well, get poor again, Maynard. Give the money back.
Oh, don't be silly, Dobe. What is a squirrel need with all that money? He'd rather have, like, nuts and candy.
Maynard.
Yeah, Dobe?
Maynard.
I'm right here, Dobe.
Maynard.
I hate to say this, good buddy, but I think your needle's, like, stuck.
Maynard, give the money to Mr. Pomfret.
Yeah, I already thought of that, and, man, he sure could use it, but it's all gone.
Are those your last words?
Oh, no. None of them last word jazz for me. I mean, there's songs to be sung and flings to be flung and taxi cabs.
Okay, Maynard, if that's the way it is, this puts us on different sides of the fence.
What fence, Dobe? I don't see no fence.
What I'm trying to say is, this is it.
This is what? Hey, Dobe, but don't you feel well? I mean, you look plenty scroungy. I mean, want us to help you get home? Oh, gee, it's too bad I spent all that squirrel money, or I could take you home in a taxi cab.
Maynard, that does it.
Poor Dobe. Hit him just like that. Hey, Dobe, wait up. Hey, Dobe! Dobe!
Never mind the conversation. Just answer this question. Are you or are you not going to give back the money?
To a squirrel?
Goodbye, ex-good buddy.
Oh, he's wigged, that's what. Hey, Dobe, wait. Please, Dobe. Hey, Dobe. Dobe, wait up, Dobe. Dobe. You know something, Dobe? I think you're trying to duck me.
You're not going to give back the money?
What money?
You're right.
About what?
I am ducking you.
Like, wow, ooh, man, you busted through the sound barrier. I mean, you're in orbit. I mean, you're gone. I mean, talk to me, good buddy. I mean, say anything, something. I mean, just nod. Blink your eyes, wiggle your ears. Talk to me!
Hello, boy.
Now, don't have hysterics, Mrs. G. Dobe is pretty sick.
Sick?
Like, lost his voice and everything.
Lost his voice?
That's all right, Mom. I'm okay.
Hey, Dobe, your voice, like, came back.
What's this all about?
Would you kindly tell Maynard that there's nothing wrong with my voice? I'm just not talking to him anymore, that's all.
I think he's, like, delirious.
And I'm not delirious either.
I see. You boys have had a quarrel.
Dad, I got to talk to you for a minute.
Sure thing, son. I don't know, Mrs. G. All of a sudden, he just flipped. But don't you worry. It's times like this when a fella needs his good buddy the most, and I'm sticking by old Dobe.
And before you say one word, son, I want you to remember that I was a boy once myself. Now, what's your trouble? Short?
Yes, sir.
How much do you need? I happen to be in a benevolent mood. 2 bits, 4 bits, 6 bits?
$41.37.
Yeah, what'd you say, boy?
I said I needed $41.37.
You know, Winnie, I think you're right. I better go see an ear doctor. I swear that Dobie just said he needed $41.37, and that's exactly what he did. So what's the matter with you? Have you tossed your toupee completely?
Now, Herbert.
I've got to have it, Dad.
You gotta have it. What are you gonna do with it? Corner the gold market?
I can't tell you, Dad. I just need it.
It's okay, Mr. G. He's, like, delirious.
Yeah, I'll pay you back out of my wages.
Out of your wages. Boy, you are into me now, down until the last part of the 23rd century.
Now, Herbert, if the boy has got to have the money, he has got to have the money.
And if the man who invented the English language had left out 2 little words, I would be a rich man today. 2 crummy little words.
Now, Herbert.
Them's the words. Now, Herbert, you're gonna now Herbert me into the poorhouse.
A boy would not ask you for the money if he didn't need it. Can't you see that this is serious?
Serious, huh? Well, $41.37 is no laughing matter either, you know.
$41.37? Such an odd amount.
There's a lot of it going around.
$41.37.
Oh, thanks, Dad.
Think nothing of it. It's just my life's blood.
You're a fine man, Herbert. That's what you are.
No, I am a fine man who is completely out of his skull. That's what I am.
Well, I've got to go now, and thanks again.
Well, I gotta go now, so thanks again.
Send us a card from Monte Carlo, sports. Oh, boy. If I ain't the softest touch this side of the Jolly Ranch, I'll put in with you.
Now, Herbert.
There it is again, Minnie. Cut that out, girl.
This is Maynard G. Krebs. Today, a name. Tomorrow, perhaps a number. Unless desperate measures are taken, and quickly. Poor Maynard. He certainly doesn't look like a criminal. He looks more like a... Well, he's my friend. He's in enough trouble already without going into that. But somehow, somewhere, he took a wrong turn or something snapped in his head. And it's up to me to save him.
Hey, Doe, what are you doing?
I'm gonna put the money back in Mr. Pomfret's desk.
Oh, what money?
$41.37.
Oh, how come? Shh, quiet.
Hold it!
Dobie!
Oh, hi, Mr. Pomfret. I was just...
You?
Look, you got it wrong, Mr. Pomfret.
Yeah, you got it wrong, Mr. Pomfret.
Exactly $41.37.
Oh, now, just a minute, Mr. Pomfret. I didn't take that money.
Yeah, he didn't take that money.
No.
Well, then why are you returning it?
Yeah, why are you returning it? I mean, Doe, if you got an answer, now's a good time to come up with it.
I'm waiting.
Yeah, well, like waiting.
Mr. Pomfret. Mr. Pomfret, I didn't take that money, but I know who did.
See? I knew he had an answer. He didn't take that money, but he knows who did. Come on, tell us, good buddy. Come on.
Why don't you tell us, Maynard?
Dobie, you can't possibly be accusing Maynard of taking that money.
I'm not saying I am, and I'm not saying I'm not.
What are you saying?
I'm not saying.
For shame, Dobie.
Yeah, like for shame.
Now, I admit I don't understand what could possibly have come over you to make you steal that money, a fine, decent boy like you. But you have done it. Now, isn't that bad enough, Dobie? Isn't stealing disgraceful enough? Do you have to lie, too?
But, Mr. Pomfret...
That's such a pathetic lie, accusing Maynard. Oh, we all know that he's,
Different?
Yeah, different. Different. But underneath that shabby exterior, there beats the pure and simple heart of a child. For shame, Dobie.
But, Mr. Pomfret...
Now, Dobie, you've made restitution. And as far as I'm concerned, the case is closed.
But I'm innocent, I tell you, innocent.
Life goes double for me.
I tell you, I didn't take the $41.37. So go be a big hero. See what it gets you. Mr. Pomfret thinks I stole his money. I owe my dad $41.37, hard labor. And my mother keeps looking at me like she expects me to elope or something. President Kennedy said things were going to get worse before they got better. But I didn't know he was referring directly to me.
Like, hi, Doe, you notice anything different about me?
Maynard, go away.
I'll give you a hint. Look at my feet. Look, I'm not wearing sneakers anymore. I'm wearing shoes with real hard toes on them. My old army shoes. You want to know why?
No.
Here's why. I'll tell you what that's for. That's for being mean and rotten enough to steal from a nice man like Mr. Pomfret. Oh, man, you're sunk pretty low on the human scale. I mean, you're down there at the bottom of the ocean with them wriggly, squiggly jellyfish who do nothing but sit around all day and steal oysters from each other.
Oh, there you are, Dobie.
Oh, Mr. Pomfret.
Now, hold on just a minute, Dobie. I've got something to say to you.
So have I. I didn't take your money.
Of course you didn't. I realize that now.
Oh, gee, Mr. Pomfret, you've certainly
See,
taken
it wasn't
a load
the
off.
real you that took that money. It was just somebody who looks like you.
He doesn't look too much like me.
Think of it. I do notice a certain cruelty around the eyes, a certain ruthlessness about
Look,
that
I'm
jawline.
talking about my ex-friend Maynard G. Krebs, boy crook.
Please, Dobie. I happen to know that Maynard is taking this very hard, and so am I. I confess I didn't sleep a wink last night. I just lay there and wondered what could drive a nice boy like you to a life of crime.
Well, stop wondering, Mr. Pomfret. If you listen to what I
all
have
right at
to
home, Dobie?
Fine, Mr. Pomfret. Look,
Yeah,
what
your
I
parents
want-
get along all right?
Great, Mr. Pomfret.
There's
Look,
no frictions, resentments,
Look,
subconscious
everything's
rivalry?
fine at home. Great, grand,
Ah.
wonderful since...
Hyper-defensive. Immediate hostility at the mention of home life.
Yes, please, Mr. Pomfret. All I wanted to do...
Don't worry, Dobie. If you can be saved, we'll save you. Beautiful, Mr. Gillis. Beautiful.
Yeah, say, that is kind of aesthetic-like. Hey, Pomfret, I want to talk to you.
Well, that makes it unanimous,
Look,
Mr. Gillis.
what are you teaching that kid of mine up there at the college? Crap shooting, roulette, or what? He's in here a few minutes ago and nicks me for $41. Now, listen, Pop, and 37 cents. I want my boy to get a good education,
Now,
but
hold
after
it a minute,
I
Mr.
am not
Gillis.
made of money.
Hold it a minute. Before you continue with this sound and fury signifying nothing, I have one or two things to say to you.
Start talking, it is your nickel.
Now, in the first place, although you might consider yourself a diamond in the rough, my own evaluation is of a somewhat lower order.
Would you mind breaking that down into simple United States?
I'd be delighted. In simple United States, Mr. Gillis, I consider you a loudmouth blowhard.
And I consider you are looking for a knuckle sandwich, Chauncey.
Well, if you wish to resort to the physical after I am finished, I shall be delighted to accommodate you. Although it's been several years since I was intercollegiate middleweight champion.
Middleweight champion?
And now, where was I?
Loudmouth blowhard?
A loudmouth blowhard who has finally driven his son right smack over the brink.
Brink? Brink? Who's driven Dobie to the brink of what?
Oh, I'm sorry, Mrs. Gillis. That wasn't meant for your ears.
Herbert, what is he talking about?
Ooh, yeah, Pomfrey, what are you talking about? Let's have it.
Well, several days ago, a sum of money was stolen from my desk. And although your son still claims he's innocent, there's no doubt that he was responsible.
Dobie? Steal? Look, middleweight champ or not, you are coaxing a knuckle-infested upper plate, boy.
He is innocent. I know my son. He could never be a thief.
Look, Mrs. Gillis, I'm just as surprised as you are. Why, I've always regarded Dobie as a nice, decent, honest boy.
And you can bet your boots that is just what he is.
But the mind is a strange and unexplored thing. Psychological history is full of cases of boys who one day were decent, normal, law-abiding, and then suddenly, wham, without warning, overnight they're criminals. And where does it come from? Nobody knows. Hidden repressions, environment, perhaps a criminal streak in the family.
I always knew that criminal streak in your family would show up someday.
Now, just a darn minute. In the first place, there is no criminal streak in my family. And in the second place, it ain't due to show up for 2 more generations.
Are you sure there isn't some mistake?
No, I'm afraid not. I caught him trying to replace the $41.37 in my desk.
$41.37.
That's what he wanted with it, huh?
But don't forget, I caught him trying to replace that money. The boy can still be saved.
But why would he do it? Why?
Well, I don't want to be blunt, but in 9 cases out of 10, these things can be traced right back to the home.
The home? Winnie, that's you?
No, Mr. Gillis, I'm afraid that's you.
Me?
Certainly. How long has it been since you've actually communicated with your son, spent a day with him, had a good old father and son roughhouse?
Oh, roughhouse. I gave him a slight clap on the ear just last week. He was stacking the sauerkraut in with the canned peaches.
You've been too hard on the boy.
Oh, Winnie, I'm all shook up. I don't know what to say.
Just say that you'll try to be a buddy to your son, Mr. Gillis. Win back his affection.
That I will, Pompey, and thanks.
Thank you, Mr. Gillis. No, and, if I said a few words in anger...
No, forget it. A little straight talk between friends never hurt anybody.
Mr. Gillis, you're a gentleman and a grocer.
Now, Herbert, when Dobie comes home...
Winnie, don't worry about a thing. I am going to win back that boy's affection if I have to break every bone in his head.
That is not exactly what
And
Mr.
that is
Pomfrey
not
said.
exactly what I mean either. Winnie, I mean, I'm going to be a father to that boy. You watch and see. Things are going to be just like they were when he was just a little shaver running around. Dobie, my boy! Hey. Oh, come on in here, boy. I'm out here to see you.
What are you doing?
Oh, just a little old-fashioned roughhouse. Hey, you used to love this sort of thing, remember? Hey, how about that? How about that for a hold? There's still a lot of pepper in the old man, ain't there?
I don't like to interfere, dear, but I think you're strangling the boy.
Oh, don't want a roughhouse, huh?
Your dad's just trying to make a buddy of you, dear.
Oh, well, gee, that's swell, Dad.
Hey, I got it.
Got what?
Look, we're gonna close up the store right now, and guess what?
What?
Give me your hand, son. You and I are going to the zoo. Yes, sir. We'll have ice cream and popcorn and pink lemonade,
Dad,
peanuts and...
Dad, please listen. They tore down the zoo.
They tore it down?
Yeah.
Oh, well, who needs an old zoo anyway? We'll have a lot of fun right here. Hey, remember this?
Dad, what are you doing now?
Play horsey back.
Dad, I'm a college student and a veteran.
You always used to like to play horsey back.
Mom, what's the matter with Dad?
He's just trying to win your affection, dear.
Now, I guess I'm just a failure as a father, that's all.
Oh, no, Dad, honest. I wouldn't call you a failure. A fizzle, maybe, but not a failure.
Well, I'm not giving up. So you and I are going to be buddies or else. Hey, I got a great idea. Come on, Dobe. Let's you and I go out in the alley, huh? We'll play a little stickball. I'll show you how old Babe Ruth Herbert T. Gillis used to step up. I'm going up in line.
I'll help you.
You wearing shin guards?
Yeah.
You were? Man, that's smart.
That's what you get for being a no-good rat.
Oh, no, Dobie, you're the no-good rat. You took Mr. Pomfret's money, remember?
Maynard, enough. You might be able to fool Mr. Pomfret, but it's no use trying to fool me.
Oh, are you, like, confused?
Not anymore, Maynard. I used to be confused when I thought you were a good guy. But I sure found out better. First you steal Mr. Pomfret's money, and then you let me take the blame.
Boy, I sure hope you got your fingers crossed, cause you just told the biggest whopper in the history of the world.
Well, coming from you, that's a compliment, because you're the grand champion of all time. A squirrel walked up and gave you $41.37.
You're wrong, Dobie. Didn't walk. He, like, hippity-hopped. Like that.
Like what?
Like that. See, Dobie, hardly walks at all.
Maynard, look. Maynard, I get it now. The squirrel took it.
Took what?
Mr. Pomfret's money.
Oh, no, Dobie, I confused again. You're the one who took Mr. Pomfret.
Maynard!
Now, look what you've done. You scared the squirrel away. Hey, look, Dobie's heading for that hollow tree.
Maynard, forget the squirrel. Don't you know why I put that money back in the drawer? Because I thought you stole it and I wanted to protect you.
You did that for me, good buddy?
Yeah.
Oh, man, you're all heart. There's only one thing.
What?
This.
What's that for?
For thinking I stole the money in the first place. No, there goes Mr. Pomfret. Come on.
Yeah. Come on, Mr. Pomfret. You'll see.
Well, I certainly hope I owe you an apology, Dobie, but I must say, is this the place?
Yeah, just like reach in.
Yeah.
Well, don't seem to, wait a minute.
See?
But this is yesterday's assignment sheet. And last week's, and... Holy mackerel.
What's the matter, Mr. Pomfret?
It's my wife's anniversary card, 3 weeks late. No wonder she's been feeding me beans.
Well, Mr. Pomfret, aren't you a little ashamed
Of what?
of jumping at conclusions and calling me a thief?
How about you jumping at conclusions and calling me a thief?
Well, how about you? You jumped at conclusions and you called me a thief and you kicked me, too.
Let's face it, boys. We all jumped at conclusions. Now, let that be a lesson to us. Look before we leap.
That's right. All that glitters is not gold.
That's right. Stop a cold and starve a fever.
Mr. Gillis, we've both done your son a terrible injustice.
Yes, terrible.
What was that? What did he say?
Mrs. Gillis, your son is innocent of any wrongdoing. I'm afraid I've misjudged him greatly.
I knew my Dobie couldn't steal anything.
And so did I.
And so did I.
And so did I. Way down deep. Dope, can you lend me a quarter?
Oh, yeah, sure. Huh, I thought I had a quarter here. Nope. All I got's $1, and I need that for the streetcar, unless you can get it changed.
Gee, I don't know, Dope. The student store is closed. Oh, wait a minute. I got like an idea now. Wait a minute. Irving?
Hi.
Can you get me change, Irving, please?